let's do this. Hello. Hi. So, where the hell? There it is. Okay. Hey, Pop. Last stream, we had a slight debacle. And by slight debacle, I mean it didn't fucking record. And that last week's live stream is just nowhere to be found. It does not exist. Like, when I go to manage videos, it's there, but I can't download it. And whenever I click on it, it said live stream recording not available. I have no idea how that happened, why that happened. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. And just in case it does, I am now recording this live stream with Streamlabs. So even if it doesn't stream again, hopefully, I can just repost it. But in the meantime, where's my... I forgot I shoved my drawing pen down my shirt. Alright. Alright. Here we go. I'm gonna start with this little warm-up for this little guy, who is the OC of one of my ArtFight followers. So I thought, you know what, why not? Let's draw something cute. And then I read that their OC was a red panda. So I thought, you know what? Oops. I have to draw the thing. Because it's just too funny not to. It's still here. Jeez. Now I'm uber paranoid. Like, as soon as I end today's live stream, I'm gonna immediately refresh the page and check everything to make sure it's all okay. Because if it's not, I'll just cry. And say, fuck it, we're going back to Twitch. Little fluffy chest, so yeah. Whoop. I domed him. Hold up. There we go. That's better. That is the one fear that I have when drawing on ArtFight, because I think this is hilarious, but the owner of the character might not think it as funny. that's the risk you take. I can feel it out, down on my knees, I'm gonna take you dot some lines there so I know where the color ends. Ah! That's terrible. There we go. That's better. The mic is on, right? Yeah, yeah. Phew. That's always a fear for me. Okay, yeah. Little beams. I'm just gonna do the lines for the foot because it's so much simpler that way. Little beam. Little beam. What do you want, cat? You want back out? Where are we going? What do you want? My cat just wandered in for a little snack. And then she's back out again. Where? So the colors are the stripes. So I'm gonna draw these stars on a different layer because this is like the third character I've seen on ArtFight that has this style of stars, and I am intrigued but also infuriated because why are people putting stars on their characters? They're so hard to draw. It's got a little... He? They. My apologies. They've got a little heart on their chest. Right here. Just gonna block in. Not really black. Stops there. And there. And there. Just close that. And oh. Right. Like two stripes there. One, two, three, four. Two, three, E. Shucks. I'll just color that in. Hey, Dumpy. Welcome to the stream. My dog barked. He ain't moved. Where? Okay. I think that's a good place to start. Good gracious, this... I really hope they like this. Turn off the stars. Turn off the stars. Ah! An overlapping line? I won't stand for it. There we go. I'm definitely coloring the line art for this one, just to hide these lines a little bit. I thought I had a sneeze coming, and then it didn't. And then the feet are the same, okay. Okay, yeah, that's the same color. I'm just bugging. And I'm gonna do the tail on a separate layer, because I know this is gonna take me like 3 attempts. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. As, like, last night, literally, last night I watched the new Netflix movie, well, the new Sony movie, K-pop Demon Hunter. K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh my god. That movie is so good. The animation is mwah, crispy and buttery smooth at the same time. Like, how do you even manage that? Since this is chibi, I think I can get away with 3 stripes, because I'm having a hard time squeezing that in here, unless I shrink. Shoot. No. Gotta finesse it. There we go. And then shrink, pull, and then uno de más. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Yeah. Alright, now for the white, which I checked. It is just straight white. Solid white as well. Connect that. That's solid white. The ears are also separate white. There we go. Close that. Just on his, I keep saying he. I uber apologize. They, their chest. Oh shoot! I thought that was a different color for some reason. No. That's that color. This is a different color. There we go. And I think that's the same. Yeah, is that the same as the pot? Yes, it is. I think the stars are the same as well. The tongue, mouth, oh, eye. Okay, and the stars, like I said, also that green. No joke, I do think this little one is adorable. I'm gonna do... Now, bear with me, guys. This looks a little whack right now, but bear with me. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna color it in solid, and I'm gonna keep the opacity up just to make sure I color it all correctly. And then when I'm done, I'll turn it like down to there. But in the meantime, am I gonna keep... I'm going to keep the outline black to make it pop a little bit like a sticker. And then all the inner line art is colored. Because that's how I used to do for... Like, that used to be my line art style for the longest time. I might go back to it. In-betweens, the little pores. Yeah. It's all coming together. I hate YouTube shorts. Not just because they're really hard for me to figure out. Like, I had to try and upload the same short twice because drafts didn't save, apparently. Just they glitched that one time, so I had to redo the whole thing. Luckily, it wasn't that hard that time. But I also hate it because I just scroll on it for hours. And I feel so disgusting after, you know, I just binge scroll for hours on end. And it makes me depressed. Tongue. Then I also get audio stuck in my head, and since I got the 80 of HD, it just loops and drives me insane. Like, if half of my brain noise could be detected, I would be in a straitjacket. And that's the gospel truth. Honey, it may seem impossible, that's the gospel truth. Like, thank God I was born in the 21st century. Because if I was born in any other century, I would have been lobotomized and institutionalized. some people might not be a bad thing. They don't get a say in that now, do they? Okay. I think 55 is good. What are the opacity? Yeah. I have to include the picture because then I have to quote it, but then I'll... Alright. Trim. Crop. Oh goodness. I'm gonna add a little bit of a, there we go. And then we copy paste that. Again, I have a plan, guys. Let me just like that. Low opacity, lower opacity, and multiply E. Alright, now we put that underneath, and then we put this in. That's good. So now, when it renders, it'll look like that. I can hear a certain meme sound effect that I don't know the name of, but it's really funny. It's like that scoom. Please use keyframe frequency 4 seconds or less. It's not that mean. Current keyframe frequency is 8.4 seconds, YouTube, really, for your keyframe sequence? No wonder your shit doesn't work. Victory sip, I guess. On top of water, we are also drinking, excuse me, Juice Monster Viking Berry. It is very good. Oh, right. The lava lamp stamp. E. Put that there, then you make it small, and then we'll put it over here. Overlay. Excuse me. That was a lot louder than I wanted it to be, and then 30, and boom. Save as PNG. Dab. Alright, now let's get the next file. I'm trying to think of which file I should pick next, because I got I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sketches ready to go. I just finished one, so we got 4 more. And I mean, this guy's on the thumbnail, so I might as well. Good God in heaven, that top hat is gonna drive me insane. Alright. So now we're doing this guy. His name's Louis. And he also belongs to a follower of mine. It's not explicitly stated on my profile, but I do try to prioritize, like, followers on ArtFight. But if I just like someone's OC, or if I just like the artist, I wanna, you know, I draw some attacks of their characters. And I mean, I could draw fan art for them any time of the year, really. I don't have to wait for ArtFight. But ArtFight does guarantee that they see it. And I do want them to see that people like their art. I know the neck is whack, but I think the head's a little small too. So once I finish sketching this, it doesn't have hair. There we go. So I'll make his face just a little better. Just a little bigger. There we go. Give him a bit of a neck. Because that's the thing, I can't do characters with no necks. Like, if your character does not have a neck, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it a neck. I can't not do it. That's why drawing fan art for, like, Bendy and the Ink Machine was so damn hard. It was just a floating head. Okay, so he doesn't have human arms. He's got little, these little knobs. I give him like little cartoon gloves, maybe that'll make up for me adding joints to a cartoonishly 2B arm. And I don't know, I'm so non-flexible with my art. It is honestly a bit of a problem. Well, I really hope they don't think I'm flipping them off. Because since this guy, in his lore, has like this magical girl organization, I thought it'd be funny to put him in a Sailor Moon pose. And the Sailor Moon pose, it's that, and that, but with how chunky his arms are, seeing his second arm is going to be a little bit harder. But if I fix it, why is it saying 39 over 130? Everything's chalked. Hi. Hey, Corey. Welcome back to the stream. I really hope that this makes sense. This hat is not. This hat is not it. That's not it, fam. Hold up. How do you draw a top hat? Literally, aside from... unless I literally just... play the cheap route and just draw it flat. Like that. And this is what, a crystal? Yeah, it is. Circle in there and that. Something like that. There we go. And there's paneling on the side here. That's at least something. It's not at all in the correct perspective, but I won't mention it if you don't. Well, that was on the wrong layer, but it's okay. So long as we just keep going. That's a bit of a tangent, but we'll just... there. And then the ears, I will also do on a separate layer. because they're they are awesomely long. Okay. And I draw rabbit ears. I've noticed I draw rabbit ears a lot differently than other people, but that's way too short. So if I free transform and then just pull down. Ears about go to there? Okay, let's fix that. There we go. And then Bro's got earrings with magical orbs that I read this in his profile, and it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. The orbs contain magic, so when he spins in his attacks, he spins like a Beyblade. Like, I'm just imagining the little rabbit like spinning around while T-posing. Jordan, welcome to the stream. I know that Bro doesn't usually have eyelashes. I just really like adding them when someone is doing this pose or like the winky face, because I think it exaggerates the expression in a very funny and cutesy way. So you got late. It was late and you got nervous. Aw, that's okay, buddy. You can still set up right now. Like, it's only the 6th of July. Clean up the sketch a little bit. And then big yellow buttons. That is not the correct perspective. But it's okay if the rest of the sketch holds up. Like, picks up the slack. Ah, the second leg! Making the character profile. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. If this is like your first time, or if you have like nothing ready, like rev sheet wise. It's just, ugh. This is why some people get started with their prep all the way in May. I know I did. I had a lot of work to do. But that was also because I was adding new characters this year, and I wanted to, before I added them, I wanted to completely redesign them. Okay. I'm just gonna merge these two just so it's easier. And now we panic. Probably just join next year. Yeah, at least you have, yeah, you're right. At least you have an account. You can still spectate and whatnot. I almost forgot the buck teeth. There we go. I'm gonna tilt the hat, but we'll get there when we get there. And I'm gonna tone down the lashes just a little bit. Well, in the profile, it says Louis has no concept of gender. He just prefers he/him pronouns because he likes the way that sounds, but like actual gender norms baffle him, which is why he just recruits anybody, regardless if they're female, to be part of his magical girl organization. So giving him little lashes, I think, is okay. That's too sharp. If we're gonna make a character this kawaii, we gotta use round features. There we go. Thank you, Jordan. Yes, I work hard. People have told me my art is crunchy before, or like looks like candy, and I honestly don't know what they're talking about, but I accept their compliment. That is the cutest little rabbit tail I've ever drawn in my life. Look at that. I was just drawing before this. I was editing a character I made and made him do a demon, so that's cool. Nice. Always did to try new poses. We got the ArtFight streamception going. Ah! Well, thank you, Echo. You know what? Woo! if my art continues the way it's going, I just might permanently keep the anti-aliasing, whatever the hell, tool off. Because I really like the crispness of these lines. Don't get me wrong, I do like a smooth line, but something about these pixels is just... it's nice. If you can't tell by looking at the channel. I do like the synthwave 8-bit look. This isn't 8-bit, but you know what I mean. Now, when I'm illustrating, I bust out the airbrush and the blur tool, and I like smooth rendering and whatnot. But for like character art, I think I'll keep the pixels. It's okay, Jordan. That's what live streams are for. They're for yapping. I may not read every message, mostly because I'm trying to lock in, but I do see them. I hope they don't mind me drawing the ears this way. What program do you use? I currently, I use Medibang Paint Pro. It's a free drawing program. It's similar to Fire Alpaca, which if you have no idea what that is. It's completely free, and I think Medibang is Japanese made. Yeah, it's Japanese, and it's originally meant for manga, which I don't use that feature, but, you know, it's cool that it's there. So if you do want to draw manga, Medibang has all the stuff you need for that. That's a bit much. That's too small. Not the best. This strong part. I hear a lot of people say Procreate's the best, or Clip Studio Paint is like the best thing that ever graced humanity. But it's like, yeah, y'all enjoy that. I don't have an iPad, alright? And I will never own an Apple product. Because Apple products are bullshit. Very good, yet very pricey. Ah. Yeah, I figured. Oh, it's funny. When I first got into digital art, I started with MS Paint. So, I'm used to, like, I love free apps. Whatever you can, like, buy, like, if you have the funds to buy the nice drawing programs, by all means, I won't rad you for it. I just like the free programs because they're simple, not a whole lot of confusing bells and whistles on them, and I don't know, they don't suck up my memory space on my PC. So the freer, the better. The freer, what? The simpler, the better. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. Alright, now we... Not free transform. Hold up. There we go. Have a good stream. Aw, thank you. Use a mix of programs which we switched to Clip Studio. Can confirm it's nice. Using on the PC. I used Krita though. I tried Krita. And a lot of people said now it's really good. But when I first tried it, man, whew, not a fun experience. I hate every time I use the transform tool when I like draw pixely, it fuzzes it out. It's like I used the pixel tool to avoid that. His eye is off center. I'll bring it closer. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It's so glitchy, yeah, the bucket fill tool would not work for me. Like, I would draw a line, right? And it was like, alright, fill the square, and it would just fill the whole canvas. It was so annoying. I had to do everything by pen. And back then, you know, when I was so used to, that was before I found Fire Alpaca, and I used to use Fire Alpaca for the longest time. I switched to Medibang because dark mode, and that's literally the only reason why I switched to Medibang, and I don't use Fire Alpaca anymore. Fire Alpaca is good. It has two features that Medibang doesn't have that is like a game changer. Fire Alpaca has an onion skin mode where you can do like little mock animations and save them as GIFs. And what else does Fire Alpaca have? File Packer also has some really good leaf brushes and ivy, which is really good if you just want to like fill in a tree or something. Also, I love their particle sparkle tool on Fire Alpaca, but I switched to Medibang because it was a little simpler, but I still have Fire Alpaca on my computer in case, you know, I want to do some tweening. I haven't, but it's there for me to use it. And hello, Snoops. Welcome to the stream. Does this guy? No, he doesn't. There we go. My laptop won't work. No! Ah! We are no stranger to technical difficulties on this channel, and nothing makes me crash out more than when my when my electronics aren't working. Like, I full on crash out. When my streams crash, yes, I can refresh and then immediately come back, but when that happens, man, I rage quit. Like last week, I had a pretty good live stream last week. It's nowhere to be found on my channel because apparently the bitch didn't save or record properly, and now it's unavailable. And I'm just, what the fuck do you mean it's unavailable? It is nowhere to be found. Just gone. So hopefully this stream stays and doesn't, you know, blip off the face of the earth. And if it does, I am going to Twitch. And I'll post this one as a VOD because I am recording it. I remembered to do that. There we go. There we go. Keep forgetting to uninstall the ones I don't use. Yeah. I have a few programs that are like sleeper agents, just deep save files that I don't even remember being on my computer. So when I get an update from them, I'm like, have I been hacked? Praying that you can get it fixed. Well, I pray that you can get it fixed as well. Nothing is more depressing. And then his neck, and then arms. Also, wait, that's his hand. And his legs. Oh, his tail is not. His tail is that. Yes, I'm just gonna make it smooth. There we go. Yeah, smooth is better. Color underneath the lines so you don't get odd false pixeling, which is always annoying. A blob monster. There we go. I'm the kind of perfectionist where if I see one pixel out of whack, it's just, it's over, it's done. We're done. We gotta quit. Leave YouTube. Delete channel. Leave the country. It's either that or it's just, you know, whatever. Whatever. I know I'm trash. Let's just keep going. Let's just get it done. I don't care. And then I cry. For hours. Can you tell I'm mentally stable? YouTube is the poster child of problematic sites after all. Please shade the eyes this night. Thank you. I always pay extra attention to the eyes, even though this character's ref is their eyes are just a solid color. Whenever I draw my characters, they at least always have 3 colors. It's the main color, a highlight, and a shadow. And that's just because I believe the eyes should be the most, like, grabbing, or, like, the most unique about the character. Which is why even a lot of my furry OCs aren't as, you know, rainbow sparkle as they could be, but their eyes are very detailed. That's a white collar as well. And then he's got this cute little vest. Ah! These buttons. Oh, his nose, his nose, his nose. Okay, now for hat. I think the hat is the same color as the vest? It is. And then he's got these side panels. Down the center. On the sides. Flip. And this awesome little belt. Even though these bits aren't the same color, I always try to color under props just so like we don't have a stray pixel peeking through that isn't the right color. Because then it just, woo! Then it makes your art look kind of amateur. And we don't want that. Unless that's the vibe you want to go for, then by all means. But it's not the vibe for me. And then a solid white gem. Which will not stay solid because I am me and must add detail. Just lighten that up a bit. There we go. magic. He's got magic balls. And then his earrings. I forgot to color his earrings too. So let's make him that color. That's shape and size. And then lurk. Lurk. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Since we're doing a Magicker Girl pose, I will be adding extra sparkles along the background. But I also will be coloring the line art. I think I'll do a gradient this time. So we'll do this nice green and maybe that green as well, and then make it super light. I forgot to clip it. There we go. Actually, maybe not. Hang on, this doesn't quite... I'll keep... The eyes can stay that color, but everything else, I think, needs to... match just a little bit. There we go, that's a better color. Then it looks gold instead of oxidized copper. Attacks have I done so far? Not nearly the same amount have I been attacked, that's for sure. According to my stats, I've done 2 attacks and 5 friendly fires. Well, that's because some madman, Galaxy Arts, love you boo, attacked me like 5 times in one night, so it's just, and they're on the same team as me, so that was all friendly fire. My ratios are in shambles. I'm usually not this far behind. Which is why I'm probably not going to do any more friendly fire for the rest of the year until I can at least catch up. That'll take me a while. Oh, the humanity. I've only done 1 this year. I'm so far behind. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one in that boat, then. I've just been super busy with, like, other things. I'm trying to keep my garden alive and well. And it doesn't take up too much of my time, but the first week of ArtFight is also 4th of July weekend, so it's great. Alright, so I need to get into a groove of working, stop, have 4th of July with my family and celebrate any way we see fit. And then I don't work on weekends. Except today, Sunday. So, because it'll just roll over to Monday in an hour or so. Remember to use orange. And then someone attacked me with a full animation. Not like, okay, I shouldn't say full animation. It was a GIF of one of my characters, and I'm just, okay. Thank you. But how the hell am I supposed to top that? But then I remember, it's not an actual competition. It's just for fun. But then the competitive side of me is like, no, I will not be outdone. I will not be defeated! And then I crash and burn, and it's barely the 6th of July, and I'm already like, yep, ArtFight can be over. And then my neck hurts for days. Like, oh no. Speaking of neck hurting, posture check, all of you. So I know all of you shrimp when you're sitting at your desk. You're all scrunched up on your beds, drawing on your tablets. Sit up straight, heathens. We are no longer cavemen or Neanderthals. We advocate for good posture. Sailor Moon backgrounds are always just... Okay, jeez. What's big? Vibe check! Boom! I think I'm just gonna do some random airbrushing around him. And then with a sparkle, come back in with a sparkle brush. Alright, this is gonna look kind of whack now, but trust. Trust the process. I trust the process, but the process didn't trust me. What is this? Alright. Alright, okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And now we get the gold glitter. Scroll. That's a bit much. There we go. Let's just put on a separate layer. Particle size, turn down. Bro, you can't even see it. Hold up. Okay, okay, yeah. If I did that... Thank you, Snoops. Gonna add a little stray stars that aren't clipped. Just to make Burrow pop a little bit. I might turn up the... Ooh. Oops. Thank goodness I did that. I missed a spot. There we go. Shan't have a single pixel out of place. Or I shall spontaneously combust. All right. Okay. Bueno. I hadn't saved that entire time. Holy God. Don't ever let me do that again. Good gracious. Alright. Hold up. Here we go. Now, where am I gonna put the lava lamp? I always put it somewhere that isn't too invasive, but not somewhere that would be easy to erase. Don't do it again. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Overlay. No, I think it's 30. Well, let's put it, I can put it in up here. There we go. Out of the way, but still cute. Until I finish completely. I've done that several times. And most of the time it's okay, but it's the 1 out of 10 times where you don't save the entire time and then just suddenly everything goes berserk. And you're like, okay, wait, when did I save? It's like when you're playing a game on your DS and it suddenly just goes just because it ran out of battery and you're like, aw, wait. When did I save? And then you shit yourself. And we don't want that. Alright, there's Sailor Louie. I'm just gonna keep that up. Alright. Next! That. Okay. Now. Here's another cutie pie. I'm gonna add his reference to my... Where is it? There it is. Little moo moo. I mean, look at that. Look at this little guy. Of course I had to draw them. They're just adorable. Clean this up a little bit, just so I know what the heck I'm doing. They've got little, little beans on their front paws and hooves in the back. They got little claws. As soon as I finish it, my program, no. I just give up for the rest of the day. And then I just be in a bad mood for the rest of the week. Because that's how easily set off I am. Call me a snowflake all you want, but ooh, losing progress is one of the most infuriating things you can experience. I experienced it last night. The short I posted last night should have been up like a good 20 minutes earlier, but when I first filmed it and had it all ready to go and edited and everything, I hit save as draft because I didn't really want to post it at like 1 a.m. in the morning. I was like, you know what, I might as well just post it. So I went to try and find my drafts and it wasn't there. It's just gone. Poof. So I had to do the whole thing all over again. Luckily, it's the easiest little thing you can ever make on YouTube Shorts. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. But the fact that it should have worked and didn't work pissed me off. Save and sip. Made a grievous error. Alright, let's do this. Move the muzzle down. And then make the eyes bigger and a little lower. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Bring that down a little lower. Bring that up. Let's get the line. 11's. Yeah, 11's good. Waffles, long time no see. How you been, bud? Trying to ignore that it's off center. And pretend like everything's okay. Committed to a very dumb decision of making a new project. It's my favorite OC that I have. If you're wondering who to attack on ArtFight, I love all my children equally. Nah, one of my favorite OCs is not on ArtFight. Because they're one of my characters for my stories. But on ArtFight, I think my favorite Bab on there, I don't know. I like them all for different reasons. I like my Star Dragons. I really like their designs. I don't draw them nearly enough, you know, as often as I should. I do like them. Next year, I'm going to only have my furry OCs on there because they're all in like a connected shared universe. So then if people want to do like a mass attack of all my characters hanging out, they could. But this year, I didn't do that. Sorry if that's kind of a cop-out answer. No one's drawn Phoenix this year. Well, I just added her this year, and no one's drawn her yet. I'm kind of upset about that. She's my, the MC from the Arcana, which is a romance novel game. I'm very embarrassed that I said that out loud. But no one's drawn her yet, and I'm a little upset. I put my heart and soul to that redesign. Same with Flora. She got a full revamp. Funny, I was just looking at her rep sheet. Yeah. I would be much appreciative if, you know, if you don't have to, if you don't want to. I understand she's got a lot of detail and a lot of lore. But, you know. I don't know why I didn't save them. I need to go look again to see if the... Because I did see other people had Arcana OCs up. And I, for some reason, didn't think to bookmark them. Excuse me. I posted a profile in 2018 when I first joined ArtFight. Isn't got a single drawing ever. Since my family's very busy. You know, you can... Waffles, you can state on your profile that you're usually very busy and that you'll only do like revenge or something like that, or only attack friends. You can just say on your profile, I am very busy, so if I don't revenge, I am sorry, I'm very busy. And blah de blah. People understand. It's all in the spirit of ArtFight. believe I didn't think to do that. Lol. Hey, I didn't. Yeah. I've been doing ArtFight for what, 4 years now, and before I even joined ArtFight, I had known about it for, God, I don't remember how long, but for longer, and I heard like every other artist I followed say, hey, prioritize your own mental health and happiness, because ArtFight is just for fun. Because like this year, one of my favorite artists I've been following them, God, since I was in high school, or like just after I graduated, Twisted Disaster, and they're only doing monochromatic art this year, using their team colors. So it's like, oh, that is super cool. So it's very simple. It's black and white with one pop of color. And then some, like, other artists I follow only do sketchbook attacks. It's like in between commissions and whatnot. I was like, oh, that's super cute. Because then you get a little sketch. Some copics. It's all about the fun. And the camaraderie. And the spirit of ArtFight. And I'll just do that again. Yeah.
So the voice actor who voices Sonic in Sonic Boom, his name is Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, yeah.
Coming in for a hard landing, Tails. You got me covered? Roger. Who's Roger? He's talking to me. Thanks, buddy.
That was his actual voice. He's talking to me. Thanks, buddy. This is just so funny.
I love Sonic Boom so much. Very cool party photos, landscapes and things I wish to see. Aww, that's awesome. Being able to recover old files like that. Like, if I got my old 98 computer back up and running, I would find so many old MS Paint. Why is that so I think it's just the pumpkin that's lopsided. Yes, the pumpkin's lopsided, so when I'm just gonna do this. And then... there. That's a little weird. I'm just gonna... Yep. Okay. Shucks. Oh well. wings are all... Well, the wings are just wings, so we can... That'll do. That'll do. Speaking of Sonic Boom, watch this. Stamps his approval. Approved. I love the meme. Approved. Oh, grow up, Sonic. Civic. A lot of people shit on Sonic Boom. I was like, why? That show is so funny. And besides, Knuckles' feminist canon? Come on? Anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender roles, it ultimately implies that this is an exception and not the status quo. Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist. Knuckles, I love you, man. It's not fair. The perfect man is fiction. And an echidna! What am I supposed to do about that? Whoop, 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 whoop. I almost forgot to do the tail. There we go. Ah, so cute. Favorite part is drawing a shading. What about you? I'm not sure what my favorite part of drawing is. I'm really happy when the line art comes together, for sure. But I think rendering is my favorite, especially for illustrations for my comic. Like, I spend hours just coloring the backgrounds. But for like character illustration, I like just detailing, adding the little extra color pops. Look at you, you were once so proud. Go now and never return. That episode was a fever dream. That show is also so quotable. slam. I have to say that because I don't have an actual door. Why can't I just call a guy, or people, people? How about we rephrase our sentences with, when you do this, it makes me feel this. Okay, when you live here, it makes me angry. Because you're a terrible roommate, no man here likes you. God, it's so funny. Just peak. It was peak entertainment at the time. Personally, I think it still holds up, but my goodness. The Unlucky Knuckles episode was the funniest one. Like, to my memory, it was so freaking funny, because I love slapstick, but then it was just Knuckles just being Knuckles. Time to trash talk with a punctured lung. It's like, Jesus Christ! My man's been going through it. Also, when Eggman was a roommate episode, that was really funny. It was like, he hit me in the head with a pillow. Hard. I think it gave me short-term memory loss. My short-term memory loss. God. Hey, Sonic, bro to bro. What's between you and Amy? You people. What do you mean, you people? An idea for a new project. Have the characters of one color with a white background. A clear, busy background. Oh, so, yeah, like monochrome. Yeah. I like that. Approved. You don't need my approval. Heaven knows you don't need my approval. You. Galaxy. You bitch. I am literally on my hands and knees, begging. Please stop. In the nicest way possible. My ratios are in the dumps. I'm at 25%, man. I've never been that low before. I am literally crying. I'm shaking. I'm throwing up. You're gonna be the death of me. made the ice too big. Now I can't fit in half the details that need to be there. Darn! Funness. I will be talking about this to my therapist when I finally get one. But in the meantime, it will be made into a YouTube video. You mark my words. I already have a title idea. Like, if Team Crystal wins this year, the video title will be "We Won, but I Lost." Oh, whoop. And then we add this darker brown, some of the spokes. I'm already suffering enough, man. In this heat. Now, thankfully, I haven't been, I don't live in Texas. Thank God I don't live in Texas. I would have just walked into the ocean. But if it's over 85, man, nah. I don't do it. I don't do over 85. St. Patrick's Day. Hey, be nice to each other in the chat. All right. I know we're just joking, but come on. God, I hate St. Patrick's Day. Okay, I don't hate it as much as April Fools. Oh my God, I hate April Fools so much. I boycott the internet on April Fool's Day. No joke. If anyone posts anything on that blasted that joke of a holiday, I just don't believe it until 3 days later. Because my autistic ass can't handle being lied to. Even though people are like, oh, it's a joke. It's like, no, you're saying things that are supposed to be perceived as true, and then you're like, huh, it's not, April Fool's, you cunts. And it's like, oh, come on, man. How was I supposed to know this was an April Fool's Day video? It came into my feed in July. That has happened to me before, and I thought it was like, oh my god, I was watching a video about, like, this crazy Australian spider, or snake or something, and then it was revealed that it was an April Fool's Day joke, and I'm sitting there like, it's June! Why is this only now in my box? This is stupid! I hate everything. And I threw my phone across the couch. I was like, ugh, I give up. Let's not clip it. Let's do white. For Halloween to April Fool's. Same. It's overhated. Are you gonna take a revenge for me? Being so evil. Man, we're on the same team. I need all the points I can get. mercy. Hate, I'm your hate. I'm your hate when you want love. They'll betray. I'm your life and I no longer care. I'm inside, open your eyes. I'm yours. Sad patrol. What do you think about SNT? SNT. I am drawing a blank. Do you mean Styx? Like Styx the Badger? Because I love her. I'm actually, here's a terrible secret. I'm not actually a Sonic fan. I know, the gasp. I just casually would sometimes read a comic or two. And just watched Sonic Boom because I thought it was funny. I know, I'm canceled. Not a true Sonic fan. Are you even autistic? 'Cause hey guys, I still like sharks and Five Nights at Freddy's, so that's autistic, right? Taking an L for the team. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm on the wrong layer. The games can be nerve-wracking, despite that I still have a lot of them. I don't play video games. I'm not a hashtag real gamer girl. I play Plants vs. Zombies. And Command and Conquer Red Alert. Only offline, though. It's nothing against video games as a whole. I don't know. just so cute. I am forever, I don't want to say envious, but let's be honest, I am envious of people who can design little cute characters like this. I just don't really have the brain for it. Same with hyper detailed characters. I just don't have the brain for a whole lot of useless details unless it's a background tree. Then I add in all the details. But other than that, nah. Blank slate. I mean, look at my persona. My persona is so not out there. I don't know how to design at all. All I know, like, there are really no rules, no real rules for designing a character, as long as it's, you know, as long as it looks good and doesn't make your eyes bleed whenever you look at it. Unless that's what you want to do, like having an eye strain character. I've seen a few of those that also look really good, so you gotta do eye strain correctly in a way that doesn't trigger people's, you know, epilepsy. Well, I wish you luck on your game dev. I almost said endeavors. God, kill me. A dad joke pun? On my channel? These truly are the end of times. Okay, I need to finish that ear and this leg. And then we'll be done with the baby moo moo. Thinking of the funniest person on this site. Hey, wipe your mouth, man. No glazing allowed on this channel. Unless we're glazing other people. Then that's allowed. If I opened up the community, technically the community tab is open, but if I made an official post or like a list of rules for the community tab as a joke, I would think I would put in no simping allowed. As a joke, though. Well, I can die happy now. Look at that. Ah! It came out so good! The Brussels sprouts. Same, man, same. How are we doing on time? Okay, we did 3 attacks, we're 2.5 hours in. That's about average. I have a few more sketched, so we're gonna wrap this one up. And then, you know what? I'm feeling good. We can continue. I need to catch up, man. There we go. I think I'll just do that. No crazy background for this little guy, because it... Okay, serious question, though. For the art fight, would this count as a full body, or not? Because technically the full body is in there, but it's kind of obscured by a pumpkin. So, would this count? I mean, technically I can just say it's a full body, and then later when they tally up all the points, they can say, they can change it, because that's what they do. But if not, I do want to be honest here. Okay, we got 1 vote saying it's full. I think what they do headshot / bust, half body, I think, and then full body. I think that's all they do, is like bust, half, and full. But I could have sworn there was another one, like a 3/4 or something. And whatever. I'll figure that out when I'm when I'm posting it. Oh, good golly gracious. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Because I really like the character design. This one isn't a follower of mine. This is, art for a VTuber I, just literally, a month ago found out about. Critter. Or 4-Leaf Island on ArtFight, and their designs are so freaking cute. The second I saw this little bab angel, I knew I had to draw them because I love bunnies. Especially since this is like a vent, kind of sad but cutesy character. I thought, oh, I have to. For the royalty. they like it. I really like their art too. I hope they don't mind me using a Watership Down quote as the title of this piece. Going, man will not rest until they've spoiled the whole earth. I hope they like it. That's really how how everyone feels about when they're doing an Attack on ArtFight. They're like, man, I hope they like it. This might be a pain in the tuchus to color, though. But also might not, because the colors are pretty simple. And honestly, this ref, hang on, let me pull it up so you guys can see it in, like, high definition. This honestly looks like something, I would color. Like, this is kind of like how I color my OCs. So this is gonna be awesome. Oop. How do I come up with poses? I just kind of get a vague image in my head and then cry when it doesn't look exactly how it does in my head, and then just work with what I've got. That and Pinterest. Pinterest helps a lot. I just have a whole board just dedicated to references and poses and whatnot. But for this one, I just had a very strong emotional response to reading this character's profile, and this is the image that came into my head. Alright, have fun, Corey. Hopefully this stream actually saves onto my channel this time. The last one didn't, and I'm very upset about that. For this one, it was either a Watership Down quote, because rabbits, or I was going to call it Tears of an Angel, because I love that song. So I start with what emotion do I want to convey with a piece, and then just go with that. That's too slim. So they do the chunky paws. They used to be like the saddest song on the internet that I knew. But then I found Citizen Soldier and then just died, but was also rejuvenated. That paw's a little too big, so I'm gonna make it smaller. There we go, that's better. Like, you're supposed to be leaning on that one leg, and like this is the leg that they're leaning on, it's behind them, and this leg is folded in front. So, like, this should make sense. Like, it's implying the pose, even though it doesn't, it may not even look close to what it would actually look like. Is that a little nubbin? This hair work? Alright. Because we got the ears. Like, the hair is in front here with these cute little pins. But then the ears just kind of come out of the back of the hair. Just kind of sticking out. Your art really fast. It helps to have the sketches done beforehand, because then all I'm doing is just cleaning it up so that when I do the line art, it's just a straight shot. Another freaking star pattern. And then the coloring are pretty much got down to a science. Probably not quite the right proportions for their face, since they got kind of like a critter, bless you, boo. They have this kind of like oh, what's that fursuit style called? Kimono. The kimono style. Like, if this character was made into a fursuit, it would definitely have to, I didn't even realize that was 2 colors. Okay. It would definitely look best with a kimono style, and that's when the face is very round, the nose is down here, and the eyes are big and expressive. So kind of like Toothless, who was based on a cat. They have fuzz. There we go. A little detail you gotta notice with rabbits. Even winged rabbits. Rabbits don't have paw pads. So if you're gonna draw a rabbit or a bunny, I wonder how like they have the smells like corner. Anyway, if you're gonna draw a little bunny, don't give them toe beans. I know it's really hard. A lot of people think toe beans are cute, but for a rabbit, not there. Cannot be found. So they got... Okay, Critter does... Is that the G-Pen? Hold on, I recognize that stroke. Okay, maybe not. But that is a textured pen. Nice. It's really nice. They have the colored line art as well, so... But let's take the baseline. So I'm gonna use this blue for the lines just straight up. That's... There we go. As soon as I get out, it's over for you. Okay, so far so good. I gotta remember, not every character I draw needs to have biceps. I keep forgetting that. Not every character has biceps. Oh, baby bunny. Well, actually they do. Hold up. Shucks. There we go. Okay. I think the ear is in front. Oh, can't forget the little nub tail is behind there somewhere. Ah! The baby. I've been sitting for too long. Oh, butt's starting to hurt. How long we been going for? 2:40. Alright. Okay, baby doll's gonna be on a different layer. You know what? You know what? Yeah, other way. I don't really like that. You like that, though. It's discouraging when no one draws your character. Yeah, I know what you mean. Especially when you're first starting out, because when I first started out, I at least had somewhat of a following on YouTube and DeviantArt. So when I advertised there that I was joining ArtFight, I already had people coming over from those sites to attack me. And I attacked someone who was an avid art fighter, and we just kind of went back and forth, and now we like invade each other's streams every once in a while. Bad, I think it's majority pink. With acid reflux. What? Hello. Time to bust out the water. So I'll start with this pink color. It's Excuse me, what? Alright, and then they got this. Oh, it's green. Okay. There, for their eyelids. Eyelid, eyes, cheeks. Yeah. Chest, wings, ears, paws, thighs, toes. Okay. Pretty much, the patterning is very similar to what I already, like, what I naturally do for my character, so this isn't too much of a challenge for me. The only thing that is challenging for me is that this character is so damn adorable, and I'm about to explode because of how cute they are. And they got the... What the fuck is this? You can't have that? That? Overlapping lines and bullshit? Not allowed on this good Christian Minecraft server. Oh, okay, okay. So it's not it's there we go. Like that. Our wings are this solid color. Pink, okay. And this blue is a circle. Okay. Ooh, dang, that's not the right color at all. Whoop it. We almost had an accident. Alright, now I need that color, and then that color, and then... Okay. 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 It's the back of the thigh. Oh, balls. Okay, yeah, the tail is also like that with leg is itchy. Just gonna ignore the fact that I just did all that on the wrong layer. Because I choose happiness. This is probably a shadow, but I always have little shadows right there. There we go. Oh, whoops, that's the same. Ooh. Wait, seriously? It's that dark? Wow. I almost forgot the claws. Alright, baby doll. Hold up. You know, it's funny, in trying to make up for being behind on my ratios, I ended up doing, this is now 4, right? Full body characters. They're back! Okay, they're back. Okay, that doesn't have the light blue, it's just solid. Okay. That light blue is just on the legs. Do I want to add shading? Let's see. Okay, that's better. I might as well. I'm already this far. I'll do some shading. Oh my god. Sometimes I surprise myself. Even myself. Oh, blue's good. end it with this. I mean, might as well end on a high note. Okay, am I gonna add anything else? Anything that's sportly? I think I pretty much got it. I'm gonna keep the line art solid, because I'm kind of... I've done so much line art. I could do this. Tiny detail you can't even see, but without it, yeah. There's a butt on my screen. Anyway, I almost don't want to put my stamp on here. What layer is that on? Here is pretty cute. Like, did I even draw that? Ooh, a stretch break. Ugh. Did I? Did I even draw that? Who is she? Who am I? Four full bodies in one stream. It only took me 3 hours. I just might keep this up for a second, man. I'm just gonna stare at this for a little bit, so I'm gonna end stream before I completely embarrass myself in narcissism. Oh, wrong button. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Streams are going to be coming back slowly but surely. I need to sketch a bunch of attacks before I stream them. And hopefully this, the stream actually stays on YouTube when I'm finished, because that was stupid. And a lot of people like to come back and watch my streams later if they, miss it. So if YouTube's gonna keep screwing up in that department, I just might have to jump ship to Twitch, which I'm gonna hate to do that, because I have to ask other people to jump ship as well, which is never fun. Anyway, I gotta make the thumbnails for these pieces, and they will be posted on ArtFight and later on DeviantArt, which is all linked in the description, so if you want to check that out. But in the meantime, be sure to like, comment if the stream actually stays up and you can watch it. I need to know, and if it is up and running, celebrate in the comments. Alright. And subscribe to stay tuned. Something about a Ko-fi link, and we will meet again in the stars. Space out.